Welcome back, everyone, to the Complete Pineleaf. I have found Boromir here, who is probably not very happy at being in this place.
It is most strange to see you here. Has Eriador been made safe already?
It actually has been made pretty safe already. It looks like there are great emergencies here that need me now. Well, I am sorry, Pineleaf. My words were born of frustration, not of dislike. Every hour we spend in idleness here is an hour during which the shadow draws closer to my city. I have seen little of Aragorn, and even less of Gimli. The dwarf seems to have gotten over his distrust of elves easily enough. Even now, he's off with Legolas, atop one of those trees at the crest of Kiri Namroth. Speak with him and see for yourself. Gimli, on top of a tree, with Legolas. Sure, there's a joke in there somewhere. That looks like a long way down. How are we coming along, Gimli?
By Durin's beard, I did not expect to see you again so soon.
But I'm glad to be surprised. Legolas has been showing me the woods of Lothlorien and the majesty of these trees, so like the stone-carved pillars beneath the mountains. It fills this dwarf with amazement. But even in a land of marvels, his lady is the greatest one of all. Still, I'm ready to return now to the ground. If you ask me, the trees are best admired from below, rather than up among the branches. Well, all right. Yep, definitely a dwarf then. Actually, this hobbit might tend to agree with you on that matter.
We are just about to search for more patrolling orcs. Why not come with us?
Yes, Legolas and I were just about to take another walk among the trees of Lothlorien in search of orcs. Yes, what do you think, Legolas? Is there room in our party for a third? Surely Pineleaf will enjoy seeing the beauty of the wood. And the possibility of hewing orcs or three, it'd only sweeten the appeal of such a tour. Right. All right. Let's go and take care of an orc or three?
I would be delighted if you were to join us.
The beauty of Lothlorien is best when shared, though we must all remain alert, even when walking among the trees of Lorien. For the orcs of Moria have come down into Nandurian and are able to sneak past the borders on occasion. Let us know when you're ready to go. I think I'm ready now.
Though the memory be now dim, of old, elves and dwarves were close in friendship. Legolas of Mirkwood and Gimli the dwarf, through shared hardship, have rekindled the old bonds. Even now they look for orcs to slay beneath the eaves of Lothlorien.
So far I see no orcs.
Megovanen.
Are you ready, Pineleaf? It is possible that no further orcs have crept beyond the borders, but if any have, we must prepare to do battle. Come then, let us I will show you the way. This way. All right. Yeah, anything along here? I have been told of the beauty of Lothlorien since childhood, but the songs could not do these woods justice. I too have heard tales, but not all those were the same sort, Legolas. Hold, friends. Well, I don't see anything. The eyes of dwarves are renowned for their sharpness. Apparently, arrows of elves are also renowned for their sharpness. What are you shooting at, Legolas? Well, any question on that? Let's go and find out. Oh. Well, save some for the rest of us, Legolas. You and Pineleaf will have your chance, Gimli. This orc was just a scout. Uh-oh. I think there's an orc nearby. I just have that feeling that there are orcs in the area type feeling that you get sometimes when you're traveling through a location. And it'll help me on my Lothorian orc deed, because the Moria orc deeds weren't enough to have. Now I got some for this here. Let's press on. There may be remnants of this troop within the woods. All right. It saddens me to see these woods in this way. My axe delights at it, but the dwarf is saddened by this. For your sake, for the sake of the lady, and for the sake of the lady. Oh well. What do you say, Gimli? Do your dwarf eyes detect any more orcs nearby? Aye, there'll be orcs close, but it's my nose that tells me so. Here come the foul-smelling foes, yeah. Oh, there are a lot of them here, that's for sure. Whee! Dead orc 1, dead orc 2. At least it's going to help with the deed quite a bit. Their numbers grow fewer, thank goodness. Alright, let's see about that. Alright, good for that one, and good for that one. Oh my goodness gracious. Maybe I better start healing myself too. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Well, then of course, Gimli might just kill everybody. There's one for me! If you've gone long without learning the meaning of courtesy, too many dwarves have come to Lothlorien in recent days. Another has come to the border, Pineleaf, and is asking for you. What? Out of respect for you, Pineleaf, and as a courtesy for the good you have done us, I have been told to find you and send you to the eaves of the woods. A stranger has arrived on the borders. In these unusual times, such a visitor to Lothlorien has been seen only once. This stranger is a dwarf, and he's asking for you, Pineleaf. Interesting. So a dwarf that knows that I'm here. What will a dwarf willingly come to this place? Do not take it to heart, Gimli. Neither of our kindreds have been friendly for some time. Well, Celeborn is welcome to come to Khazad-dûm if it pleases him. I'll tie the blindfold on him myself. Yeah. Aha. Hold on. Gimli groans. This is not Bosie, is it not? You've been a long way for the Iron Hills, Bosie. Hello, Bosie. Things are not going well for the Iron Garrison in Khazad-dûm, Pineleaf. MAGIX still rules much of the deeps, and many of the levels of the stronghold of Zabagothel, and many good dwarves have fallen to his forces. Some, like my own son Bori, are now captives, or worse. I cannot bear to think of the torments they may safe and suffer behind the walls of Zabagothel. Still, the dwarves of the Iron Garrison struggle to reclaim the hidden caverns. But for every beauty that is unearthed, two evils seem to spring forth from its depths. I have come to enlist the help of the ruler of these elf woods. If Celeborn of Lothlorien wishes to reap the benefits of friendship with the dwarves, he must reciprocate in kind. You're trusted by those elves, Pineleaf. Tell this warden, this sentry of our plight. Perhaps they will listen to you. Well, I will see about that. What do you say? We will bring this dwarf to speak with Celeborn, Pineleaf, but you will be held responsible for him. You will be accounted for any and all of his actions while he remains within the Golden Wood. Come with us. All right, let's go. Here we are at the Fleet of the Lord and Lady. For the sake of the Iron Garrison, I have put up with the indignity of being blindfolded during the passage here, Pineleaf. But my people could teach the elves of this place something of courtesy were they were to visit Khazad-dûm. Let us see now if the ill manners of the elves spring from their lord. Well, let's see. Such indignities would be forgiven if Celeborn will help the Iron Garrison. Lord Celeborn and Lady Galadriel are most gracious. They will listen to your request. But Will they do more than listen, I wonder? Interesting question. It is said that the Lady of these Woods wields terrible power. Said by those who know little or nothing of the Lady Galadriel, Bosi. Her power lies from wisdom and in kindness, even to those who mistrust her. This way, please. Yeah, well, this way. Wow, they really love to... A nice natural look here with leaves in the way. Ah, welcome to Lothlorien, Bosi, of the Iron Garrison. I am at your service, Lord Celeborn and Lady Galadriel of Lorien. If you know the Iron Garrison, you must know the troubles that have befallen us. I know that one who enters Moria should expect to find troubles. I'd be surprised if you weren't. Would you say the same if your home was that needed reclaiming? Was the danger that came from my home of my own making? Much resentment must be overcome if the elves and dwarves are to have peace. But it must happen if there are any to survive the coming tide. Perhaps you could tell us what the hardships the Iron Garrison faces within Moria, Bosi. Yes, well, so I shall. Pineleaf has been a great help to us in the mines. We have won several battles against the orcs, but always they return, and in greater numbers. Our miners work to unearth new passages, but nameless creatures within the most promising of them. And now my son Bore has been captured by Mazog, ensnared by the sorcery of Dol Guldur. Gorthol is known to me. I did not know that he was out of Mirkwood. I will send a number of the Galadrim to aid your people in their efforts, Bosi. The time is too dark for the friendship of our peoples to remain lapsed. Come, Pineleaf, and you too, Gimli. My lord's decision affects you both as well. Now, it's interesting here that as soon as he mentions that Gorthol is involved, boom! Celeborn is all ready to help, leaps to help immediately. The Lord of the Galadrim has much wisdom, and it is his wish that the dwarves not face the darkness of Khazad-dûm unaided. So, will be, and you too shall stand against whatever evils lie now beneath the mountains, Pineleaf, if this is your wish. Right, if this is my wish. In other words, if this is where the quest sends you. It is time for us to leave, young one. There is much to be done. Well, I suppose compared to her, anyone is young. Well, Gimli, what about the plea of the Iron Garrison?
I would have the mines restored, but my road lies with Frodo.
I wish I could help the Iron Garrison with their efforts in Khazad-dûm, Pineleaf. The mines have brought me great sadness, but I would have them restored, and the Iron Garrison will need able-bodied dwarves if that's to happen. But I cannot. My road lies with Frodo, and I will see this errand through before I return to the mines. The need of the Iron Garrison is great, but glowing sun does not turn aside from one charge to begin another. I am struck by the thought, Pineleaf, that both these tidings may not have been unknown to the Lady Galadriel. At my first meeting with her, it seems to me that she offered a choice between continuing the quest or leaving it to others. And here arrives just such a point of decision. Well, yeah, she might know a thing or three.
I have made my decision.
Yes, and that's my decision. I will not abandon the quest with which I have been charged. I hope you will give to Bosi and the rest of the Iron Garrison the aid that I would have provided if I were there, Pineleaf. When the errand of this company is finished, I hope to return to reclaim Moria, and your efforts will help make this possible. Bosi said he would return to the Chamber of the Crossroads near Durin's Way in Moria. Go now to him, and give him both my regret that I cannot now return to my fervent good wishes for his success. I will tell him as such. Well, step by step. And now, back to Moria. I am back with the books bingo.
You have returned with a book. Wait, how many did you bring me?
Only 4. I asked for a single book, Pineleaf. And if I'm being honest, I was rather hoping for a slim volume. But you have returned with 3 others, and not one of them is of trifling size. If I were to set about reading these, my journey would be halted for a month or more. I wanted to write a chapter about elves, not a dozen. Well, I thank you for that material, and I will read for a time. But it seems to me that a full understanding of the elves will take a lifetime. Or 2. Is this why they live such a long time? The better to understand their own complexity? Oh my goodness! Well, yeah, I guess that's the case.
The elves have begun an offensive into Mirkwood. It sounds exciting.
Yes, it does. And I'm going to help to prepare for this. So I need to go back into Moria for a little while to help things along in getting ready for this offensive. And I'll be back when things are getting closer to it. All right? Very well. And it'll give you time to read those books. Good. All right, Bordy, I am back. And what exactly is the problem right now?
These are my first dealings with Celeborn of Lorien. I do not know what to make of him.
Welcome back to Casa Doom, Pineleaf. I am disappointed that Gimli did not return with you, but I am sure he had his own reasons. His father Glowing has long been a close friend of my father and Broger's father, and Gimli sure he retains the honor of his forebears. Believe me, it's honor that's keeping him away. This is my first dealing with Celeborn of Lothlorien, and I must confess I am not sure what to make of him. He has sent a number of elves to help us, and while I appreciate the assistance, they seem perhaps too eager to blame the dwarves for all troubles, both present and the past. Yep, that's elves. They have established a camp with one of my dwarves, Ovar Bellhammer, in a newly excavated passage off Durin's Way, Bunga's Kar. It is located at the very southeastern corner of Thorok Bazan in the southern wall, right near the exit from those gardens. You will find Thorok Bazan in the northeast corner of the chamber. Yes, the tree-filled area on your map there. Journey there to lend Orvar your aid, and having difficulties getting along with the elves. Well, I suppose that's nothing new. This looks like an interesting place. Buzenkar. Hello, Orvar.
This cavern was recently unearthed, and the gardens here still thrive.
I am glad you're here, Pineleaf. These elves have been sent by Celeborn for the purpose of helping us drive the evil out of Khazad-dûm. So they say, at least, but they seem much more interested in casting blame out than in doing anything helpful. This cavern, Buzenkar, was found shortly after you departed, and many of my folk were impressed at the state of it. The gardens still thrive, at least up here they do. Something rots and corrupts the plant life as you descend. But while we could use some real help in clearing a cave of danger, instead these elves speak of digging too deeply and disturbing things best left undisturbed. If this is the best Celeborn can offer, I'd rather he keep them in the woods. You talk to Corunthiel Pineleaf and see if I'm wrong. You'll see that I'm not. All right, what's the problem, Corunthiel?
Some evil lives at the bottom of Buzengar, and it corrupts the gardens here.
Listen to me, Pineleaf, for this Orvar will not listen to reason. Some evil is down there. This is always the way of dwarves. Why must they always dig into places they were not meant to go? Will they not be satisfied until no evil remains beneath the stone, and all have come to the surface and lay waste to the homes of the elves and other good people? Well, they like digging. That's all I can say. If you liked
What
digging,
has drawn the
yeah.
Globsnaga to this cavern?
If Orvar will not listen to reason and collapse the only entrance to this passage, sealing the corruption within, we must find its source and destroy it. Speak to Nymphaleg without finding the source and dealing with it. We have seen Globsnaga orcs deeper within Buzakar and fear that they will soon climb up to this place. Have you been have they been corrupted by the wilting rot? Or is there some other cause to this affliction? Well, I've run to Globsnaga enough in other places. These questions were secondarily the most important matter, Pineleaf. That, that they be defeated before they can do any harm. Destroy them as you undertake Nymphaleg's scheme of cleansing the source of the wilting rot. So I need to kill some Globsnaga and execute a plan. And what is this plan?
The rot that pervades Buzungar is not of the natural world.
And it gives us the duty of removing it. If Orvar will not listen to our advice and seal the passage, we must destroy the source of the wilting rot before it escapes into the wider Moria and becomes a much greater threat. I believe I have a means to do this, Pineleaf. This barrel will catch pure light, even the most dim, and reflect it upon the corrupted walls of the passage. If you place it on a stone in the deepest area of Buzankar, you will be like a beacon to the evil of the rot, drawing forth whatever lies behind the wilting rot in agony. At that time, you must destroy the source of the rot, but be cautious. You must remain close to the barrel, or its effects will not serve to weaken the master of the rot, whatever it may be. All right then. Will this plan work? Will we kill enough orcs to keep them from coming up here? We'll have to find that out in the next episode of The Complete Pine Leaf.